Hey guys, my name is Volodymyr Plakhotny and you're watching July 22nd issue of IT Newsweek on Brain TV. Tune in for the selection of the most interesting news on the global and Ukrainian IT scene according to Brain TV editorial. We also want to thank our partner Hub 4.0 co-working space for supporting us in filming this issue. These are the top stories of the week. Greencubator brought Climate Launchpad, Europe's largest cleantech business ideas competition, to Ukraine. Participants of Google developer groups shared their impressions about Google I/O 2016, a developer-focused conference organized by Google. Cyclum organized an educational session which was run as an agile game and gave an opportunity to learn how to prioritize business value features. Hub 4.0 introduced a massive educational project called Little Kids Activity to help kids learn more about IT. Brain Basket Foundation announced the launch of new educational groups as part of its program Technology Nation, aimed to train IT specialists. An online petition to collect signatures for a ban of Pokemon Go in Ukraine has appeared on the website of Ukrainian president. Last year, renewable energy received more than a $300 billion investment. To clear the way for Ukrainian green startups, Greencubator decided to bring Climate Launchpad to Ukraine. It is Europe's largest clean tech business ideas competition, winners of which will receive up to 10,000 euros. We attended Climate Launchpad's first stage called Bootcamp, where startuppers were given lectures about the business development. Watch our exclusive report from the event to learn more about it. If you are determined to address the negative impacts of climate change with innovation and invention, you must have heard about Climate Launchpad. It's Europe's largest cleantech business ideas competition that supports new cleantech startups by offering training, coaching and financial support. It is open for candidates who have not yet started a business or started it less than 1 year ago, have no substantial revenue, have attracted no more than 200,000 euros in investment, and have yet to sell products, solutions or prototypes on commercial terms. All entries are judged on their impact on climate change, their growth potential, and on the skills and enthusiasm of the team behind them.
So Climate Launchpad is an accelerator for people who want to solve climate change by starting a business. And it happens in 30 countries in Europe. We always select 3 winners in every country. But the most important part is that they find customers. So what I expect them to do is go out of the building and start talking to potential customers as fast as they can.
Climate Launchpad has been running since 2014 and Ukrainian startups are taking part in this competition for the first time. Climate Launchpad has been brought to Ukraine by Greencubator.
We got in touch with the organizers of Climate Launchpad and got an invitation so you can join the program and bring the Climate Launchpad acceleration to 1+ country. So Ukraine is now happy to be on the map, and we are happy that we are bringing the knowledge from Europe's best climate-friendly acceleration programs for Ukrainian ecopreneurs, and we hope that the involvement will be growing and we will have more new talents raising global businesses as well as local businesses helping to tackle climate change and to create eco-innovation.
Kyiv hosted Climate's Launchpad's first stage called Bootcamp. During 2 days, startuppers were given lectures about business development. They learned how to turn their vision into a business plan and got an insight of market segmentation and customer value proposition. Startuppers also learned about financials and key value drivers, talking to potential customers and competitive advantage. We asked participants of Climate Launchpad to tell about their startups and asked them why they decided to take part in this competition.
Well, I am from the Bug Farm Container project. It is about fully automatized farming of insects. Our purpose is to make a taste and understandable food which has protein and nutrition, but also make it adopted to the European market. But that's quite a second goal. The first one is to make fully automatized, simple, ready-to-use farm container, so we can not only produce bugs and insects for our needs, but also to sell it to somewhere.
Our main goal is to let the people who represent and want their projects to be founded, green energy projects, including wind power plants, solar power plants, etc., to be founded by normal people that are interested in this. We will be as an intermediate platform that allows both for the future founders and for the project owners to get in touch and make the world better. And this is a good idea to present our startup to the world, especially to the European jury and investors. We decided to take a place in it because we would like to get an improvement in our business model and to understand better how it would be the best way to show our project and startup to the world.
A two-day business bootcamp is followed by a series of focused coaching sessions to prepare the participants for the national finals in September, where they will pitch their business plan to a professional jury. After that, 3 winning teams from Ukraine will participate in the European finals in Tallinn and will fight for a place in an acceleration program and for 2,500, 5,000 and 10,000 euros. Cyclone has recently hosted Google Developers Group Meetup. This event was devoted to Google I/O 2016, a developer-focused conference held and organized by Google. Participants of Google Developers Group shared their impressions about the conference as they visited in May earlier this year. Watch Brain TV's report to learn about innovations from Google and, of course, Android. In 2016, Google I/O, the company's developer conference, took place in May at the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View, California. It was a full 3-day event, but you could experience it as an attendee, watching it online in any part of the world.
Here in Kyiv, we're doing a Google I/O Extended. It's live streaming of the same event. It's done all over the world in a lot of countries. Like 200 or 300 cities host such small live streaming events, and a lot of people from Ukraine, developers, and Vladimir Ivanov, they were present on the conference. And now here today we're going to listen to their opinion on the conference and all the good stuff they saw there on the new technologies, APIs and things Google was developing for the whole year.
The meetup was opened by Vladimir Ivanov, founder and coordinator of Google Developer Group Kyiv Center. It's an independent community of developers who are interested in Google's developer technology. According to Vladimir Ivanov, this year's conference was attended by 16 Ukrainian developers, which is a record number. They all heard Google's biggest announcements firsthand. Most of the news is related to Android N, now known as Android Nougat, and to the virtual reality. There is of course news connected with Android Wear, but the most unexpected and pleasant news is what the further integration of Chrome OS and Android will bring. Konstantin Mars, member of Google Developer Group Dnipro, talked about Android Wear 2.0, a new version of Google's Android operating system designed for smartwatches and other wearables. He said it's a revolutionary update and a huge leap from the previous version.
This fall, we can see the new Android Wear devices that can be used absolutely independently. Like you can just go for the training, go for your gym, go anywhere without a phone and just type anything, reply anything, and just use fully autonomous applications for Android Wear. It's really cool.
Talking about Android updates, Sergey Komlich, member of Google Developer Group Kremenchuk, said that security was on the agenda. Right now they're removing or changing the behavior of some old apps so that users can be spared from information leaks. I'm talking about personal information, etc. What else? They have introduced an app that can identify a user without a necessity to enter a password, but based on his or her behavior and traits. We asked the visitors of this event what Google's new features interest them most.
Android Nougat, of course. How can one not mention it? That's what I'd be willing to work on first. Learn it from the inside out and all else related to Android too. I'm also interested in smart fabrics. For some reason, I didn't pay much attention to it before. I think I'll Google it.
The youngest visitor of this meetup was a girl named Veronika. Given the fact that she is a daughter of the founder of Google Developer Group Kyiv Center, it's not surprising that her life has been linked to Google since childhood.
I started at the same time as Google Developer Group. I had just gone into the first grade when my dad took me to one of these events, and I really liked it there. In the past, I was just a member of the audience, but this year I've become a speaker. I'm presenting a project called More Addis, which is being promoted in Ukrainian schools. We girls tell pupils about prominent women in the IT industry and how strong is the contribution they make. Thus motivating pupils, boys, and especially girls who choose the IT industry as their career.
Google Developer Group's meetup in Cyclon's office in Kyiv was the last in a series of events called Post-IO Tour. Apart from Kyiv, attendees of Google Developers Conference shared their first-hand experience with people in Uzhgorod, Lviv, Ternopil, Odessa, Dnipro, Kremenchuk, Poltava and Cherkasy. Next Google I/O conference will be held in 2017, but developers are already looking forward to it, hoping it will help them to improve their knowledge of programming and drive their ideas beyond the limits of what is possible. Playing is a profoundly powerful tool to achieve business results. Bearing this in mind, Cyclone organized an educational session which was run as an agile game and gave an opportunity to learn how to prioritize business value features. Watch Brain TV's report to learn more about this event. For most people, games and business work doesn't seem like a natural pairing. However, people are most engaged when they have joy doing their work. Bearing in mind that playing is a profoundly powerful tool to achieve business results, Cyclone organized an educational session run as a game.
Today's game is called Business Value Game. This game is for people who hold various posts within a company and have different functions. Essentially, it would have been great to have salespeople, product marketing people and developers play this game. What tasks are the guys being assigned with today? They need to comprehend how to build a business value model, and that's not easy. They also need to understand that factors should be taken into account when building such a model. This will enable them to fall into their colleague personas and understand what factors influence their decision-making process and how uneasy it is to think up or devise a business value model.
The Business Value Game is one of agile games. They are serious instruments to solve real business issues in management, product development and team building. The term agile is about delivering the highest business value as fast as possible by focusing on people and continuous improvement. And these are the skills that are very important, according to participants of this educational session.
2 years ago, I attended an IC Agile workshop. It was a 2-month masterclass, a practical course, where we applied all the theoretical knowledge as if we were playing a game. It was highly engaging. At that time, I was holding a post of junior engineer. Now I have advanced to a new level. Of course, I may have forgotten some stuff that I learned 2 years ago. That's why I think it would be interesting to attend such practical courses once again.
For some of the participants, it's not the first agile game they play. This is the second time I'm playing the agile game. To tell you the truth, I don't know the specialization yet, though I'm really curious. I can see that we'll be split into 2 teams, so I'm all hyped up. This way we'll experience the effect of competition. So what is the essence of the business value game?
What we'll do is simulate a game where we have 2 developers' teams. They will be comprised of clients' representatives and salespeople. There will be an actual group of developers allocated with a financial department and managed by a leader. Their task is to select the client's requests and juggle priorities, understand the principles of work, plan what should be taken into development. At the same time, they'll have to balance between meeting clients' requests and investing time into technical improvement of a product, etc. It's always a balance between making a client happy and improving the quality of a product.
The term business value game was created by agile coach and trainer Andrea Tomasini in 2007. And the fact that people keep playing this game even 10 years after its creation proves that it's an effective educational session. How to get children engaged? That is the question that worries most of the families at the beginning of a summer season. Of course, you can take your kids to the countryside, but Hub 4.0 has come up with a better alternative. In July, Hub 4.0 introduced a massive educational project called Little Kids Activity. The goal of the project is to help kids learn more about IT. Watch Brain TV's report on one of the workshops that we attended. Kids can spend summer holidays not only joyfully but also profitably, say representatives of Hub 4.0 co-working space in Kyiv, who launched Little Kids Activity, an educational project for kids. The purpose of this program is to introduce kids to IT, the most popular and technologically advanced segment of the labor market, as well as organize interesting and useful leisure for kids. The organizers promise no boring theory, only practice and interactive activities. By the way, this is the motto of Mykola Riznichenko, a teacher at the Body-On Robotechnics Center. He gave kids a masterclass on biomedicine. Kids and I have explored a few topics. The first one is a test on how quickly you react. They created a small app which tests a human reaction. So an LED would light up and they had to press the button as quickly as possible so that it go off. The second topic is the volume of carbon dioxide that we exhale. The children had gas monitors. They had them connected and created a special program which would yield a diagram. It would change depending on how much carbon dioxide they exhaled. We also measured the signals our brain sends to our muscles. A muscle moves only if a signal is sent. We measured these signals and had them appear on the screen in the form of a diagram. Kids seemed very keen and told us they had learned a lot of things. We have been programming using Scratch and various monitors, the smoke or buttons. I myself have created a gas security system and a game that checks your reaction. I liked the process very much. I simply love programming and everything else related to computers. Today we have been programming with the help of Scratch. We used a sensor, and if you breathe into it, then you have a dot that can go up, but sometimes it goes down. We breathed into some sort of device, and then it sort of made a drawing. And we also tried to do something else. We tried the gas thing, and it reached 300. Masterclasses, practical sessions and workshops on the basics of programming, innovative engineering and web development for kids will be held at Hub 4.0 until the beginning of August. The organizers of Little Kids Activity promise that kids will grasp the basics of IT in a game format, create game platforms and even their own robots. Brain Basket Foundation announced the launch of new educational groups as part of its program Technology Nation, aimed to train IT specialists. Training takes place in 25 cities of Ukraine on the basis of libraries and partner offices. Courses are free, focused on those who have no experience in programming, and are based on the world's top technology university programs. Watch the following video to learn more about this initiative and how to enroll on these courses. Brain Basket Foundation has announced the end of the first wave of education and the launch of new educational groups as part of its program Technology Nation, aimed to train IT specialists. Training will take place in 25 cities of Ukraine on the basis of libraries and partner locations. Courses are free, focused on those who have no experience in programming, and at the same time are based on the world's top technology university programs. The selection of participants to new groups began last week. Registration for the program is available on the website you're seeing on the screen now. The foundation continues to open new learning centers, and not only in regional centers. In particular, hubs in Mariupol, Akhtarka and Kamensk are already opened, and more hubs will open soon in Konotop, Kramatorsk and Melitopol. Since the announcement of the project in December 2015, over 26,000 people have applied to participate in the program. 420 people who had been pre-selected became the participants of the first wave of Technology Nation. 25 educational groups throughout Ukraine, under the guidance of experienced mentors, volunteers, completed the course CS50 Introduction to Computer Science, designed by Harvard University. According to ain.ua, 140 participants of the first wave have already graduated, while some people are still studying. 18 participants of the program have become interns with Ukrainian IT companies, and 6 people have even got a job. Technology Nation is a pan-Ukrainian project which allows everybody to get a free computer, world-class education and learn the basics of the most popular programming languages. In April 2016, the well-known philanthropist and founder of the International Renaissance Foundation George Soros supported Brain Basket Foundation and the pan-Ukrainian educational project Technology Nation. In addition to the administration of the Ukrainian president, the program is supported by Cyclum, Microsoft Ukraine and many other companies. Since Pokemon Go came out, hunting monsters has captured many smartphone owners. But for a part of the population, the hype surrounding the game is not nostalgia, but irritation. And there are even people who believe that this game should be banned at all. An online petition to collect signatures for a ban of Pokemon Go in Ukraine has recently appeared on the website of Ukrainian president. So how many signatures need to be collected so that administration of the website draws attention at petition? Watch the following video to find out. Hardly anyone can stay indifferent to Pokemon Go these days, and while some owners of smartphones literally bleeding with excitement look for virtual creatures in all nooks and crannies of the city or even the country, other people feel angry with the developers and reinforce their intentions with real actions. An online petition calling to ban this game in Ukraine has recently appeared in the correspondence section of the Ukrainian president website. The petition reads as follows: to prevent the release of the viral smartphone game Pokemon Go in Ukraine. The petition was initiated by Vitaly Marchenko. He believes Pokemon Go to be the root of almost all evil. Here is what Marchenko is calling for. We must exclude all possibility that the game Pokemon Go is released to the Ukrainian public, as it will lead to the utmost degradation of pupils and students, development of a colossal addiction similar to drugs, and nation's downfall by means of altering consciousness and the psychological state of youth. It is still not clear whether this proposition is real and not the work of internet trolls. The petition has already been signed by 178 people, but the site's administration will look into a petition only if it has been signed by at least 25,000 people. The collection of electronic signatures will end in 88 days. This is all for today. Once again, we want to thank our partner Hub 4.0 co-working space for supporting us in filming this issue. Keep watching Brain TV to power your intelligence. See you next week.